Today I'd like to talk about passive income, especially passive income versus active income. Active income is when you work for money, and passive income is when money works for you. I wish I would have learned this a long time ago, because I could have retired a long time ago had I really, truly understood this when I was younger. As a matter of fact, the analogy I heard is that imagine $1 that you have, $1. And I get 10% return on my investments. And so every dollar that I can put to work for me, I get 10 cents coming back to me every year. So every dollar I put to work is like an employee that I'm putting out into the world to go work for me. So if I have $100 invested in passive income source, I would make $10 a year, potentially for the rest of my life, passively. If I had $1,000, I would get $100 a year coming back to me in passive income for the rest of my life, potentially. If I had $100,000, I would get $10,000 a year passive income for doing pretty much no work. If I had $1 million, I would make $100,000 a year at a 10% return passively. So active income is when I work for money. Passive income is when money works for me. So what are some examples of passive income? Passive income would be interest on your savings account. Passive income would be stocks, possibly. It might be rental property. It might be royalties or trademarks or patents, intellectual properties that you own, that whenever they're used, they pay you a passive income. I like to think of passive income as an apple tree. Imagine that you you get a tree, $17 from your local hardware store, and it's maybe 6 feet tall. And you dig a hole in the yard. So you pay $17 for it. You dig a hole in the yard. You water it. You fertilize it. Maybe you tie it to a stake so it doesn't blow over. And it's not going to bear fruit right away. It might take, 4 or 5 years. And maybe 4 or 5 years later, you'll get 6 apples. Those are free apples. That's passive income. Maybe the year after that, you might get 20 apples. That's passive income. The year after that, you might get 50 apples. The year after that, maybe 100. Next year, 150. So on and so forth. That's passive income. That's planting the tree once, doing a little bit of work, spending a little money up front, and letting the money come in. Now, passive income isn't about making millions of dollars a year doing nothing. If you wanted to make $1 million a year passive income, you would need probably at least $10 million a year. Maybe even 20 if you're more conservative and only get a 5% return. Or if you're really aggressive, you might do, $7 million and make $1 million a year. So you generally aren't going to make more with passive income than you have invested. That's typically, I don't know of any scenarios where that happens. So you're typically looking at a percentage of what you have is passive income. I shoot for a 10% return, and I focus on this channel with dividend stocks. A dividend is really, it's a profit sharing. I buy stocks or I buy funds of stocks. That's a basket of different companies that are very profitable, that have shown a profit pretty much every year for decades. They're in established businesses. They're in established industries. Some of these companies are 100 years old, and they've been profitable for a long, long time. And their business can't grow too much anymore. Most young businesses, they take whatever profits they have and they reinvest them into the business so they can grow and gain market share. A lot of these dividend stocks, especially the high-paying dividend companies, their growth is kind of limited. They're already kind of as large as they can get. So what they do is they simply share the profits with the stockholders or the owners. When a company goes public and sells stock, it's selling off tiny little bits of the company to potentially millions of people anywhere in the world. Anybody can buy into these established blue chip companies. And once again, if you pick the right companies, and there's a lot of them out there, they share the profits with you. And some of them share even 20% or 20% of your investment. But they actually share the profits. They just give it right back to the owners. And I think that's awesome. It's free money, really. There is risk, just like anything else. And just so you know, I am not a certified financial planner or analyst. I'm not a professional. This channel is simply my opinion and is for entertainment purposes only. If you want a professional's advice, go seek one out or do your own diligence homework. But passive income is when money works for you. And it's just like the apple tree. A lot of people, it kind of sounds like it's too good to be true. I think a lot of people are kind of, they don't believe, or maybe they don't feel right about passive income. But here's an example. Think about your phone bill. I drive by the bus stop all the time, and people are on their phones. They may not have a car, or maybe they missed their car payment or don't have enough to pay for a car, but they pay that phone bill every month. Trust me, the phone bill is the first thing that a lot of people pay every month. And phone companies, not a recommendation to buy or sell here, but phone companies do pay decent dividends. I believe right now, AT&T, which I do own, some AT&T shares, I think they're paying 7.1% if I remember. So 7.1% return on your money. So $1,000 would be about $71. Not too bad. $10,000 would be what, $710 a year? $100,000 would be $7,100 a year coming back to you for free just for owning a phone company. Once again, not a recommendation to buy or sell. But these companies, they don't have a ton of room to expand. People pay their phone bill every month pretty much. They pay their internet bill if they have internet through AT&T. And they just spin off profits. They make money. The money keeps coming in. They got to do something with it, so they give it to me. And that's the cool part about owning these dividend stocks. So I'll make videos in the future about rental income and some other passive income sources. But if you've ever had a savings account and received interest or a dividend from like a credit union, that's passive income. Any kind of interest you've ever received is passive income. It's income that you didn't have to work for. You're putting your money to work for you, and that money generates money back. So anyway, welcome to the channel, and like, click, and subscribe if you find this valuable, and I'll catch you next time. Thanks.